Another episode of On the Road with Signing Agents with Calvin down in Florida. This is going to be an inspiring interview because Calvin's 24 years old. He's been a
Yep.
loan signing system student for a whole whopping 60 days. And in his second full month as a signing agent, he made $5,000. How does that sound, man?
That's great. It's great.
I love it. You're experiencing success so quick that I love the episodes with some of my signing agents who've been signing agents for a while, and then my newer students like you. But honestly, being able to scale this to $5,000 in your first 60 days, and that means $5,000 in your last month. So you've made more than five in 60 days, but you made $5,000 in 30 calendar days in your second month in the business. Like, are you surprised by that?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm definitely surprised by it. It was my goal. My goal was yeah, it was 5K to hit 5K. I'm surprised I hit it, but I made it, so I'm happy about it.
I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. Okay, so let's get right into this. You know, all these interviews are about inspiring other people. You know, the money's great, but I like talking about like where you came from, where you are. I mean, you're super young, 24 years old. It's before I got into business. You know, so I'd love just to talk through your story and maybe inspire another 24-year-old out there watching this. Like, if Calvin can do it, I can do it, and that's what these stories are all about. Calvin, your story is really cool. So let's just kind of start from the top and kind of talk about why you became a signing agent, a little bit of your background.
All right. So yeah, I went to school up in Tallahassee. I went to Florida A&M University. I played ball throughout my whole career there for 4 years, and in my senior season, the first game, I ended up tearing my Achilles. So while I was there, I was all football the whole time, football, and so when that happened, it kind of threw me off a little bit. So I got into real estate investing, found out about that, and when I was doing some.
Hold on, I love what you said, and if you don't mind, I like to dig a little deeper because I think, you know, for another 24-year-old, 22-year-old, 26-year-old, you know, you said something that you said it threw you off, right? So, you know, what it sounded like was football was kind of your life,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're like,
I played it my whole life. So I played it my whole life, and then I went to college playing it, and I was aspiring to go, you know, to NFL. So that was my dream. And you know, after I got hurt, so I was kind of like, dang, what am I gonna do now? And
so this, you know, that's crazy because I think a lot of people, you know, in their early 20s, or shoot, I know 35-year-olds who kind of like what's next, right? And so when you were kind of thinking about this next chapter, I mean, talk through some of those emotions. Like, were you just kind of like scared? Were you, I don't know what I'm going to do? I mean, it must have been crazy, man, from going from, you know, you've probably been playing Pee Wee football is my guess, right? So 15, 20 years of football to like kind of now what? I mean, what was that like to now what?
It was hard. I mean, it was literally like, you know, now what? What am I gonna do? I was going through different things like I'm gonna go to law school, or I'm gonna go back and get my MBA, and you know, do these different things that I didn't really want to do. So in the meantime, I was working this construction job with like one of my friends. He put me on it, so I was doing that, and we were like literally moving bricks from one place to another. And then I ended up getting on my phone, and I found out, watched a video about real estate investing. So I got into that. I got into wholesaling. So I was doing that. I did that for a year strong, and I got a lot of good skills out of it. I was actually out driving for dollars looking for distressed properties. And then I was listening to a podcast, and the podcast happened to be your episode when you were speaking about becoming a loan signing agent. So I followed up with it, called my mom up. I was like, Mom, have you ever heard of a loan signing agent, a notary at the closing table or whatever? And she was like, I haven't heard of that particular term, but that does occur. That, you know, they do notarize the documents. They show you the documents, and you got to sign everything. So that happened, and she was like, yeah. So I followed up with it, got the course, got into the course, and now I'm here.
I mean, honestly, well, first off, I want to say thank you for being like raw and transparent, you know, and like I said, you know, you went from like construction working to flipping to being a wholesaler to, and then finding the loan signing system. But what's really cool is thank you for sharing that. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people out there, especially young adults like yourself, are kind of like all over the place, and it's rad that you're able to talk through that, because I bet it was an easy transition from like football to construction to knocking on doors, finding distressed properties. You know what I mean? So I just want to say thank you for sharing that story, man.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is inspire other 20 somethings, and saying, look, this is business really is for anybody. So you didn't know what a loan signing agent was. I mean, so I want to jump in kind of the next transition in this conversation is, there's some 20 somethings looking at this and going, man, like, I've never bought a home before, I've never walked through loan docs. I mean, is this something you think anyone could do?
Oh yes, definitely. If you follow the course, listen to what you're teaching and telling us what to do, yes, anybody can do it. I mean, you give us the blueprint, you're gonna have to put in the work. It's not easy. I definitely put in some work, studying the documents. Those are all very easy things to learn if you don't have a real estate background. So it's definitely something anybody could do. And I recommend if you want to get into it, do it. Don't be scared.
Like I said, I mean, these videos aren't supposed to be huge commercials. I do appreciate the amazing kind words, but it's really like, because I get so many phone calls from like young adults like yourself, 24, 25, 26, like, I'm so young. I mean, do you think your age has done anything with, at the signing table or getting business? Has it hurt you? Because I get some students who go, oh, I'm only 24. There's no way I can do what a job that a 35-year-old could do.
Yeah. I don't know if it hurts me, honestly. I mean, that'd probably be something they'd say behind closed doors, but I try to use it to my advantage with me being young. I have more of an open schedule. I don't have a wife. I don't have children. So I have more of an open schedule. So I try to use that to my advantage. I could take the late nights. I don't have to worry about a family that I have to, take care of or anything. And I could do weekends. So I don't have any responsibilities to that. So.
Well, no, I love it, man. I'm just, I hear so much of like your football mentality in you, just kind of like, I will do what it takes and that work ethic. And I think it's amazing. And you don't shy away from the hard work, because I'll be the first person telling you, but like, you got to put work into this business. This isn't an overnight thing. I know you've experienced success. I mean, what I would say is overnight, but we have students who are still trying to get to the 5K mark. So, what I hear is a lot of your football background come through, which I think is amazing. And, this is one of these crazy businesses where they never even know your age or who you are, because your work says everything about you. And I think that's what's really cool about the industry.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's talk about your journey, man. So I know your journey's been only 60 days, but once again, I want someone to be inspired by this. Like, man, Calvin was able to scale this thing from $0 to $5,000 in 1 month. So you get the course, right? Okay, so you get through the course, you do your learning curve, you start out. How many signings did you do your first month?
My first month? How many did I do my first month? I probably did 30 signings my first month.
That's so awesome.
I did when I started off, I remember the first week or like the first couple of days after I got my notary commission and after I was done with the course and everything and I was ready to actually get into signings, I was talking to my girl and I was like, because I didn't get any signings, I was like, I need to get some. Like, I'm ready to get started. Like, I'm finished the course. Like, I've signed up on SnapDocs. Where are the signings? Like, they need to fall out the sky. And it didn't happen like that. I ended up, I went on the Facebook group and I found that signing service list that was on there. I cold called the whole entire list. Cold called the whole entire list. So I got my name out there and got in a lot of databases and with a lot of signing services. And after that, started getting calls. I guess they like my performance. I did what you said as far as calling and letting them know when I'm arrived, when I leave and everything. And just doing everything that you teach. And so from there, I just started getting callbacks and a lot of business.
I love it. I mean, okay, so why these interviews are awesome, because I really don't know your journey until you tell me your journey. And so what I get really enthusiastic about is, the students who just pick up the phone, right? I think you gave a good nugget away right there is, you decided I'm not going to try to win the lottery and just rely on SnapDocs or Signing Order or whatever these other databases are. And you literally called every single signing service. I mean, the whole list.
Whole list. It took me about 5 days to call that list. That whole list, because it was like a good 200 of them on there. So
yeah. I think even though we have we have thousands of signing agent students, right? LSS students, but I would be honest with you that probably maybe a fraction of you guys actually do the whole entire list. But the point I'm trying to make, Calvin, and thank you for telling everyone this, like, your success is due to your effort. Like you
Mm-hmm.
sat there for 5 straight days and made phone calls, and like you used the script that I give you in the course, but you know, it's up to you to execute, and you did, man. I am so excited. I mean, this is just the beginning. You're going to start doing your direct business, but I mean, for all the signing agents out there watching this right now who are like, oh, I'm slow, my phone's not ringing. Calvin just told you straightforward, call the
Pick it up.
signing.
Yeah, there's been plenty of occasions where I've called in and I literally got signings while I called. Like they had a signing that wasn't assigned to anybody, and they were like, "Oh yeah, sure, I got one right here. You can take it." So yeah.
Some people think that I'm not telling the truth when I say just make a phone call. You know what I mean? And so hearing it from a student's great. I mean, once again, I mean, obviously you know what to say on that phone call. Like I think credit is your football mentality of like I'll do whatever it takes. But a lot of people let their nerves hold them back.
Yeah.
And you don't, man. And I want to say I'm proud of you. I mean, I know this is just the beginning. If you're able to talk to signing services, now you got to take that script, go to title companies, go to lenders, go to real estate agents, and we're going to build you a 6-figure signing agent business. I mean, in no time. But the reason you went from 0 to 5K a month in 60 days is because of your effort. And I think that you have inspired a whole new set of signing agents that like just call.
Yeah.
It really works, right?
Yeah. Call, go in. I mean, it all works. It works. Just got to do it. You got to get past the nerves and the fear of whatever, of the fear of thinking something's going to happen that's probably not even going to happen. Like the escrow officer is going to yell at you for walking into the title company or something, which is not going to happen. You know, I mean, there's been times when I walked in and they were like, "Oh yeah, we just use in-house notaries," and that's it. I'll still leave my car, you know, if you ever need me, you know. So, I mean, you just got to get past it.
Love it, and you're encouraged. Thank you. This is the whole. These series is to inspire others, and I think you hit it on the nail. It's you're afraid of a result that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Right? That's crazy, right? But that we let our fear is just assuming the worst case scenario. If we start assuming the best case scenario, walking into a title company comes so much easier. Walking into a real estate agent, but man, this is amazing. 24 years old. And he's letting you know that he's getting past his fear. And let's go into that kind of that same tangent, if you're okay with it, Calvin. You know, you're admitting that you have nerves. You're admitting that, you know, like, because some people think like, oh, these signing agents making $5,000 a month just have no fear. And I'm like, they're just like you. So talk through your nerves a little bit.
Yeah, I got them. I try to talk good to. I try to talk to myself. Be like, you got this. You can do it. You can go in there. You know, everything's gonna go good. I've studied the material. I try to make myself confident. You know, I can do this. You know, I'm a good loan signing agent, and you know, I'll help you out. You know, so.
Man, this is probably one of the best interviews I've done. My newest interview is always my best interview. So your tips could work for a signing agent at any point of their career. And what I think is really inspiring about you is you're brand new in your journey, but you already have the mindset of a signing agent's been in it for 2 years. It is, look, I'm going to be nervous, but I am a good signing agent. I'm here to help you out. And that mindset, Calvin's going to take you to 10K a month, and I cannot wait. This is just like, I think you found your calling in this industry, my friend. The fact that you can talk to yourself and give yourself confidence and invest in your education. I mean, the sky's the limit, man.
Mm-hmm.
So month number 1, you did 30 signings, more or less.
Yeah. Yep.
First week, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, nothing's happening. Took the business into your own hands. So let's talk about month number 2, where you made that 5K. How did month number 2 look?
Okay, I want to talk. Okay, during month 1, although I did those 30 signings, a lot of those signings I did like were 2-hour trips. So I put in the work just to, you know, get my face out there and get my name out there. I think I got a direct at the beginning of month number 2. And it was, yeah, that was my first direct. And it was like a 2-hour trip. I took it, you know, took the 2-hour trip, brought the dogs back. I think I brought them back the same day, or either brought them back early the next morning. And I was just rolling from there, kind of. I kept getting, I still get business from that title company. All of them are pretty far away, but I take them. you know, I'm available. I can do it. You know, if it's 2 hours, I'll make the trip or whatever. So I set a goal at the beginning of month 2. I think I did 50 signings that month. I set that goal, so I hit it, and I ended up making 5K. I think I hit like 5K on the last day, literally.
Oh, awesome. Well, there's a few things that I want to get really excited about, man. And I mean, you've never been a signing agent before, and you got direct business the first day of your second month. There are signing agents who watch this video right now, Calvin, who've been in the business for 5 years and think it's impossible to get business directly from the title company. It's impossible to bypass the signing service. And you did it within the first 31, 32 days of being a signing agent, man. I think give yourself a pat on the back. I'm so proud of you. This is going to, the sky's the limit. 24. Like, honestly, I'm so excited. But I want to point out something else. And you know, I always teach you students is you do what other signing agents won't do. You know, you're taking the signings to prove your credibility. I'm a good signing agent, and you're willing to do what other signing agents don't do. So I hope new signing agents or veteran signing agents get inspired by your work ethic, because
My
you'll
next goal is to learn Spanish.
they
So
love it.
I get so many signings that I can't even take because I don't know Spanish. I'm like, listen, I gotta learn Spanish, right? Bill, if you're watching, teach me Spanish, man.
So, you know, but I want to make sure that people understand like your work ethic is inspiring, man. And it's truly the loan signing system way. You know what I mean? Do what other signing agents won't do.
Mm-hmm.
You're not $5,000 on accident. You called signing service up when nobody knew your name. You took a direct signing that was 2 hours away, and now they still feed you business. You go into title companies, and I give you all the credit, man. The greatness is in you. The greatness has always been in you, and you took it out in the signing agent industry, man. That is epic. 50 signings, signing month number 2. Like, I'm getting juiced.
All right.
Okay, cool. So let's kind of go to the next part of how I like to have these conversations with students. And let's talk about a tip. You know, I mean, look, I know you're not a seasoned vet of 2 years, but look, you're getting direct business in your second month. You get title business right now in your second and third month. So with that being said, you know, being that you're a newer signing agent, what is one tip? You know, let's talk to a new signing agent, actually. Let's not talk to a veteran signing agent. What is one tip you would give a new signing agent, someone coming into the industry, watching this video for the first time? Like, I want to be like Calvin. What is a tip you would give them?
Tip I'd give them, just don't try to recreate the wheel. I remember when I was like the days that I was busier, I may not have followed the script or whatever, or the checklist, but the first direct business I got, I followed the checklist from, you know, point A to point Z. Called the escrow officer, let her know, you know, that I was on the way, and I did it all the way through to the end. But the title company happened to be in Tampa, so where I'm at in Tampa. So I ended up bringing the docs in after the signing the same day, and they were just ecstatic. They were like, "Oh my gosh, he brought him in the same day. He followed up. He let me know when he was at the appointment. He let me know when he left the appointment." So they were just real happy. So my tip is don't try to recreate the wheel, and just, you know, just work it. Do what Mark teaches. If you decide to take the course, do what he teaches.
I love it, man. And I think, you know, once again, I know the athlete in you, I think, comes out really well is because you're coachable. You know what I mean? And so a lot of people aren't coachable. And so what you're saying is, you know, when someone has a game plan, just follow it. And I think a lot of people kind of overthink business as if like it's not in a football game. Like, there's a game plan, execute the game plan, and you're going to be okay. Because like I was telling you before we started the interview, and why I'm so proud of you is, you know, a lot of people think successful people are innovators, when the truth of the matter is most successful people are implementers. And you came in, you followed the course, you used the signing agent checklist I provide, and like, wow, it works, right? So I think it's a good piece of advice. You know, there's a lot of people out there trying to piece together this industry, and sometimes I'm like, look, courses exist because the faster you learn, the faster you earn. And you're one of our quickest students to 5K that we've had, and I have thousands and thousands of students, Calvin. So proud of you, man. You know, so I always kind of like to kind of wrap up with one last question. And you know, you're 60 days in again. I mean, you're a brand new signing agent, right? But with that being said, what were you nervous about in the beginning? You know, a whole whopping 60, 90 days ago. What were you nervous about then that now looking back, you're like, man, why was I even nervous to begin with?
Definitely just going into the signings with the borrowers, just thinking that they're going to try to fight me or something if I don't know what a document means. It's not like that. I mean, if you don't know what a document means, you know, you just sit there and read it, you know, and that's that. You just read it and you guys will figure it out, you know, and then when you go into your next signing, you will now know what that document means for your next signing. You don't have to worry about it no more. So that was definitely my biggest fear. But you know, most people are cool. You know,
Right.
they, you know, it's not. You know.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great outlook because a lot of signing agents or people like some people who aren't signing agents like, oh my gosh, I need to know every single thing that in the real estate, or these borrowers are going to ask me 4 million questions, and the fact of the matter is they don't, right? It's like,
That's rare occasions. I have had like a couple in my short career that have asked more questions than the usual, but it's, you know, it's nothing bad.
no, I think that's
Good.
really, really good advice, man. I mean, kind of wrapping this up, you know, how many, you know, you're 2 months in and
Hmm.
you're getting title business. I mean, how many signings do you think you've done in the 60 to 90 days you've been a signing agent at this point that are directly through title companies?
Directly to title, I've probably done about 10.
That's awesome.
Yeah, maybe about 10.
That's awesome. I mean, like I said, there are signing agents right now who are like, you know, who've been in the business for 5 years. I mean, I'm sure you know Robin Schmidt and you know Laura and those names in the group. They're all doing 15, 20 grand a month. You know, it took them 5 years before they got business from title companies. And you're getting 10, you're getting 10 signings directly from title. And I ask you that because I want to inspire a new signing agent that, look, you can bypass a signing service right
Yeah,
out the gate.
it's. I mean, it works. It definitely works. You just follow the course. You know, do what is said in the course, and it works. And I mean, it's scalable. This business is scalable. You can take it from 1 grand a month all the way up to Robin Schmidt, who does 19K, and you just got to follow the steps. It's not impossible. So I'm trying to get there. Hopefully, I can get the 19K with Robin.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, you are one of the fastest to $5,000 in the entire family. So be proud of that, man. I'm proud of you. It's why I wanted to get you on here because not only are you one of the fastest to 5K, you're 24 years old. So whether you're 24, 68, like Deborah Hamilton, I mean, this business is for anybody. Age is nothing. As long as you work hard, you have a good work ethic, you follow the system, the sky's the limit, man. I'm fully expecting you in the 10K club before conference next year. I want you to get that crystal plaque, walk across stage, and I want you just being like, look, I've never done this before. Now I'm a $10,000 a month signing agent, man. This has been super, super inspiring. Are there any last words that you want to inspire a new signing agent with on your way out?
Let's see. New signing agents. Don't give up. There's been days in the short 2 months, trust me, there's been days where I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm like, do I really want to do this when I'm driving 2 hours? And I'm like, nah, do I want to do this? And it may be a day, the earlier days when I was slow, not getting any business, like phone's not ringing, and don't give up. Keep working, follow the path, and it'll work out. It'll pay off. Everything will pay off. You'll get what you work for. Just put in that work, and scale it to however how you want to scale it to. If you only want to go to 2K, then be 2K. If you want to go to 10K, be 10K. However how you want to go, take it there and work for it.
All right, Calvin, man, I just want to say thank you for being transparent, inspiring others. I'm proud of you. I'm very, very proud of you. I'm going to keep pushing you, though. 5K is just your start. I'm expecting 10K, man. When you get 10K, I'm expecting 15. And then you're going to start a signing service. You're 60 days in. 12 months from today, the sky's the limit. So I'm expecting greatness, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.